Hello, welcome to Thunder Drills Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. So, what we're doing right now is, well, you read the title. This is a preview for Halloween month 2021. For people who don't know, last year for October, I reviewed 31 trades and some single issues of horror-themed books. Those books in the back are books I reviewed last year. You can find them. You can find the reviews in my Halloween month 2020 playlist. So today we're just going to show off some books that we're going to review for next Halloween month, which is in a few months, right? Which is going to be the month of October. Unlike with last time, I'm probably not going to do a review a day, because that was very exhausting, and I felt like some of the reviews suffered, but overall it was a fun experience, right? So first off, we'll show off the trades, then we'll show off the single issues. We're probably not going to review all these stack of books that I'm going to show you today. We'll try to review as many as possible, and also I'm going to get more trades. I still need to get like an Army of Darkness book and more like Spawn or Venom. So the first book we're going to show off is Night World Midnight Sonata by Adam McGovern and Paolo Leandri. This you probably saw in one of my comic book haul videos. I can't remember how much I paid for this. It was like 13 bucks. Look at the art, man. The art is very reminiscent of Paul Pope and Mike Allred. No, not exactly Mike Allred, but like they have very similar art styles. This is about like demon superheroes in hell or some shit, something like that, which I thought looked very interesting. I first heard about this series back in I think it was January, and I was like, man, I need to get a hold of this book. Which unfortunately only the first four issues were put in trade. The other issues weren't, unfortunately. But we're gonna hopefully we'll track those down. But I doubt it. This came out in 2015, if I'm correct. Here we have a collection book, Hellstrom Evil Origins, right? So yeah, this collects like early issues of Damon Hellstrom, aka Son of Satan, which this character appeared in one of the issues of Howard the Duck collection that I reviewed. This book is 25 US, 31 Canadian, and there's some. He also appears in some Ghost Rider books, and Defenders. So I'm a huge fan of Defenders, and so I say I'm a huge fan of Defenders, but I don't actually own any Defender books. It's the thing where I read the omnibuses when I was like a kid. So next we got a couple Batman books. Batman Unseen, where Batman fights the Invisible Man. I read this and I completely forgot about it. It's written by Doug Blanche, art by Kelly Jones. Should be good. Next is a DC Universe Rebirth book. This is Batman, Night of the Monster Men. I picked this up not that long ago. I think it was last month at a dollar store where they sell liquidated trades. So I bought it for cheap. Should be, hopefully it's good. I doubt it, but we'll see. Next is Goon, Nothing But Misery. This is volume 1. We reviewed book 0 for Halloween month, which you can go check that out on the playlist. The reason why there was a book 0, because the writer, Eric Powell, which is written and drawn by Eric Powell, the creator, did the first 3 issues in the I think it was late 90s, and went to jail for something. I don't even know what he went to jail for. I tried to look it up online. I couldn't find out what. But like, yeah, he went to jail, and yeah, he had to obviously put his series on hiatus. This is a Dark Horse book, by the way. Yeah, so we're gonna review this for Halloween month. Should be good. I read the first 3 volumes. I thought it was great. This is Frankenstein, Agent of Shade, Volume 1, War of the Monsters. This is a new 52 book by Jeff Lemire and Albert Ponticelli. Yeah, so like this is basically it's basically Hellboy, the series, but more based off more based off the movies than the comics, because the comics, at least the ones I've read, which I found out, I read the library editions, and the library editions, I read the library editions when I was in high school, and I found out recently the library editions are, like, out of sequence for some reason. So that might have explained why, like, there was not a lot of action in those books, but I don't know, man. But yeah, this, I remember this being good. Never did pick up Volume 2, but it is what it is. This is Blade, Undead by Daylight. This collects like a bunch of random issues of, not a bunch of random issues. It collects the first couple issues of Blade's first appearance, when he basically fighting Dracula in the Tomb of Dracula series. Which, I got this book for free. It's normally like $8, but like, I don't know if you can see, there's a huge white line. There is some damage, but you know, I got it for free. I can't complain. This is Frankencastle, #1 by Rick Remender, John Romita Jr., and Tony Moore. Punisher, the Frankencastle, Birth of the Monster. I only picked up the first issue. I picked this up at a newsstand. This is a newsstand edition, if I remember correctly, which is why I don't have like a bag for it. At least I think it's a newsstand edition. It's funny. I brought up this book in one of my Man-Thing reviews, and yeah, some guy gave me a lot of crap for misremembering the book when it's been like almost like 10 years since I read this. Because when did this get printed, by the way? This came out in 2010. So it was basically 10 years since I've read this book. Yeah. So, yeah, I doubt this is not in perfect condition, obviously, because I don't have it in a bag. This was a newsstand edition. So I don't know if this is worth anything. Probably not. Next is a bunch of Shadowland books. Shadowland 1.1 out of 5. Shadowland 2 out of 5. I doubt the series did not get good reviews. Shadowland 3 out of 5. Shadowland 4 out of 5. This is basically the book where this is 5 out of 5. And I also have the Daredevil tie-ins, which had much better fucking covers, by the way. Shadowland. This is Daredevil 508. Much better fucking covers, by the way, than the main series. Wasn't exactly sure what order to read this shit in. This is 510, by the way. 511, cool cover. The art's not perfect, but it is what it is. 512. Next is Fear Itself books, which I have some. I don't know if I'm going to review this series, but they have some awesome covers, man. Fear Itself, book 1. Okay. Book 2. Which is, it's funny that, like, you know, Captain America is in all the covers, pretty much, when, you know, if you read the series, you know, I remembered him dying pretty early on, but I could be wrong. No, it was Bucky Cap that died, never mind. It was Bucky Cap, yeah. Which you would think he would be stronger. Is that Sin? I could be wrong. Red Skull's daughter? Cool covers, by the way. Here's some. This is a newsstand edition. Black Panther, Man Without Fear, Fear Itself. This is 521. This is a newsstand edition where you got Freedom Panther, who I don't even want to talk about that. And this I don't remember ever reading. This is Journey into Mystery. Journey into Mystery, 625, where you got Kid Loki, sorry. So next we have Shadow Pact, issue 1, by Bill Willingham, who I think is the Fables guy. Holy shit. Interesting team. You got Blue Devil. I think that's Shiny Knight. I could be wrong. You got I forget what that guy's name. And I have a HeroClix of this girl, but I forget her name. Yeah, and that's like Chimp Detective. I think he's a monkey detective. I don't remember his like name. Superman's in the first issue, by the way. Yeah, I only have the first 2 issues. That series. And, holy shit. A lot of dust in this one. This is Black Science, issue 1. It's an image book by Rick Remender. I lent this to a friend. That could be why it's in back edition. Yeah, so that's the last book in the showcase. The other books I'm going to pick up are to review for Halloween month is an Army of Darkness title, Spawn, an Archie spin-off book with Jughead, where he's like a monster hunter or some shit, which that sounds cool. And I forgot the rest. I think, yeah, there was one called 5 Ghosts that was recommended to me by Sean from Slim and Comics. So we're gonna pick that up. There's a comic book called Jin Warriors, which that looks interesting. It looks like an Arabic version of Shaman King or some shit. Which, you know, the book, you know, is pretty cheap, so that's why you know, looks like it could be interesting read. And yeah, so I don't know. Also, fuck. I'm going to try to pick up when I go to the comic book store next week, because I gotta pick up the books I ordered. The guy told me they should be in next week. If they're not in, if I can't get a hold of that He-Man Masters of the Universe, well, it's Masters of the Universe Revelations. If I can't pick that up, I'll review this instead. Which, cool art. It's by my arch nemesis, James Robinson. Who's one of the crappiest writers DC's ever had. But, you know, there's a Jeff Johns story in here that was pretty cool, actually. Yeah. I paid like $17 for this. Kind of, So I only pretty much got for $1 cheaper. Well, at least there's cool art. Yeah. Yep, so that's it for the showcase. And my next review probably I'm currently reading this. Turns out this has 500 pages pretty much. So it's going to take me a while to read it. So I'm probably going to review, like I said, some single issues that I pick up in my next comic book haul video in the meantime until I finish this, which shouldn't take me too long. I'm already like 90 pages in, and I've only been reading this for like 2 days. So I don't see it taking, not 2 days, 3 days, so I don't see this taking me too long. It's been pretty good so far, but who knows, right? Alright guys, peace.